Welcome back to another explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into Chapter 6, where the legend begins. We're going to be unpacking some seriously profound mysteries here. We're exploring that super delicate boundary between memory, reality, and legacy. So get ready, because the ideas we're looking at today, they're incredibly moving, and honestly, they'll absolutely change the way you think about the stories of your own life. Let's get into it. So I want you to start by asking yourself this exact question. What remains when memory disappears? Seriously, just sit with that for a second. When the witnesses are gone and the absolute hard facts kind of just fade into the ether, what is actually left behind? Keep that evocative thought right in the back of your mind, because it's literally the key that unlocks the massive anomaly we're about to encounter at the very edge of the starry sea.
All right, Section 1, the mysterious new door. Let's set the stage.
Picture this. In the rapidly expanding library of memory, this colossal anomaly just appears. It's so unbelievably massive, it actually looks like a piece of the horizon itself. But here's the crazy part. Unlike the glowing sea of stories all around it, this door casts absolutely no light. The ocean itself, this normally omniscient presence, cannot even see what lies behind it. It isn't made of memory, it's not made of time, and it's not made of possibilities. It's forged from something entirely different, offering zero reflection to anyone who stands in front of it. Naturally, our protagonist, Sora, is the first one to step right up to this unreflective surface, and she doesn't see her own face. Instead, she sees these fleeting, momentary images just flashing for a second before vanishing. She sees young Ren on the very day he first heard the ocean's voice. She sees Aoi standing on the shore, then Yuto, Hina, Kaito, Mira, and literally millions of other people. And the crucial realization Sora comes to, the one thing tying every single face flashing across that door together, is that all of their stories have completely concluded. Their chapters are officially closed.
Moving on to Section 2, Memory versus Legend. This is where we hit the philosophical core.
So what exactly is this thing? Sora actually asks the ocean point blank, is this the door of memories? And the ocean just replies with a simple, no. Then, after this super heavy pause, the ocean delivers this line. It's the door of what remains after memories. Wow. This profound statement brings absolute silence to everyone present. Even the first keeper goes totally quiet because, well, he's the very first person to deduce the true, hidden meaning behind the ocean's words. He realizes the ocean is talking about a very specific life cycle. Let's walk through this brilliant sequence together. Step 1, a living, breathing story comes to an end. Step 2, time passes, the original witnesses are no longer around, and the exact factual details just begin to fade away. Now, when memory disappears, you'd probably think the story just dies, right? But no. Step 3, the narrative transforms. The story actually continues to live, but in a totally new form. A legend is born. Notice the perfect contrast here between two completely different ways we preserve the past. On one hand, you've got the rigid demands of memory. Memory requires exact facts. It needs witnesses, and it relies on strict reality and an exact reflection of what actually happened. But on the flip side, you have legend. A legend has this incredible emotional resilience. It survives solely in people's hearts. It allows the story to just keep living, even if it starts to blur the lines between reality and fiction. It's absolutely fascinating. All right, Section 3, the endless shore of the past. Let's see what's beyond that door. As that massive, unreflective door slowly creaks open, it reveals this absolutely breathtaking scene. On this endless shore, people from all different eras are just walking around, mingling together. You have real, historical people walking side by side with the heroes of fairy tales and characters from ancient, completely made-up myths. They're talking to each other, totally devoid of any boundaries. And you know what the most beautiful part is? Nobody sees a difference between them. Because in this place, whether they existed in flesh and blood or only in ink and imagination, they're all ultimately legends now. Obviously, Sora is completely shocked by this. She asks, how is this even possible? And the first keeper just smiles. And interestingly, his face isn't blurry here anymore. He's actually come into sharp focus. He tells her that a legend doesn't ask if something actually happened in reality. And that is the crucial takeaway here. Emotional resonance completely transcends factual accuracy. A legend only asks one single question. Did this story remain in someone's heart? Upon hearing this, the ocean itself begins to quietly glow. It realizes another deep truth, giving us this incredible quote.
Not everything valuable has to be exact. I really want that to sink in for a second. Think about what that means for how we value the stories in our own lives. It totally cements the philosophical takeaway of this explainer. Sometimes, a story becomes much, much larger than its original self. Its true value lies in how it makes us feel, not in its strict historical precision.
Then, far down this endless shore, Sora suddenly spots two very familiar figures, her old friends Ren and Aoi. But they look different. They no longer look like the burdened, weary keepers of the world we knew. They're just walking along the water, laughing, talking. Honestly, they look like they're finally experiencing this simple, ordinary, happy life that they never actually got to have in reality. Naturally, of course, Sora wants to run right up to them. She wants to reunite, but Ren sees her and he just raises his hand in this gentle, stopping gesture. He gives her a warm smile and says, "Not now. This is no longer our story." Man, it is such an incredibly bittersweet passing of the torch. Sora understands right then and there that Ren's era has completely finished. And eventually, every era will finish. But that's okay, because they gracefully transition into legend, making space for whatever comes next.
Which brings us to Section 4, Birth of a New Story. Sora turns her attention back to the surface of that massive door, where entirely new names are beginning to materialize. But get this, they aren't the names of famous heroes or grand historical figures. They're the names of completely ordinary people who are still living today, or maybe people who haven't even been born yet. It's this beautiful sign that the lore of this universe is actively shifting. It's making way for new, humble beginnings. The cycle of storytelling is just perpetual. As these new, ordinary names appear, the ocean speaks up one last time, breaking the silence with a truly profound question. If a legend is born after the end of a story, then what is born before its beginning? It's a question that just sort of echoes over the gentle sound of waves touching the shore. It leaves us completely captivated, right? Pondering the very origins of human narrative itself. Seriously, where does a story actually start?
Well, the answer lies in this absolutely gorgeous final image. Somewhere in a faraway world, there's a little boy. He has never once seen the sea, yet somehow he hears the sound of the ocean, and for reasons he doesn't even fully understand, he smiles. And in that exact moment, high above him, a brand new star appears. It's the absolute smallest star of them all, but it is the start of the very next story. What an incredible reminder that every grand legend we cherish today began as a single tiny spark in an ordinary life. So I leave you with this to wonder about. What tiny star is appearing above your story right now?